All right, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It's your host with the most. If you've never been here before, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you're notified every time a new video is uploaded to SouFLoTV. Man, listen, these stories about crime and violence out of Jamaica, they are getting so sad. So sad. When you see a headline that says a woman and her 4-year-old son were shot dead, it kind of does something to your heart and your mind, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, let me give you the whole story so you have a better understanding of what took place and how heartless and cold some people have become. So the headline, shout out to the Jamaica Gleaner, says that a woman and her 4-year-old son were shot dead in Granville, St. James. On Sunday night, 43-year-old shopkeeper Shelly Ann Shaw and her 5-year-old son Jamar Powell were shot multiple times by gunmen. Remember, this is a 4-year-old. Mommy dead, the child dead. Shot multiple times by gunmen who invaded their home in the Top Hill section of Granville, St. James. I saw in another report that it happened about 3:30 a.m. Following back-to-back double murders in Granville, St. James, Michael Thorpe, the counselor for the division, has renewed calls for the introduction of special security forces. 43-year-old shopkeeper Shelly Ann Shaw and her 5-year-old son Jamar Powell died in a hospital today. He said 5-year-old child was 4. Either way, it's a small child. On Sunday night, they were shot multiple times by gunmen who invaded their home in their community. Now, last week, Tuesday, a 28-year-old disc jock, Ashawn Evadeva Holness, and his 28-year-old girlfriend, Jody Ann Roberts, were also shot dead at their home in the same place, Granville. This is the third time that I am calling for this kind of intervention, says the counselor. He said that the authorities could consider a zone of special operation, a state of emergency, or any appropriate tool to help them to deal with this. Because this is no little incident. This is a war. This is a straight up war. Obviously, people, something is into something. You know, when our Jamaican people say something in a something, or something is into something, then this is definitely not just as simple as you see it. This was not a random act of violence. This is connected. Okay? I'm just a counselor, he says. I need a bigger voice than mine to rescue Granville. The police reports that during Sunday night's incident, Shaw, along with her son and her common-law husband, were at home in bed when men were armed with high-powered rifles sprayed their 3-apartment board house dwelling with bullets. Armed with high-powered rifles, put upon bursts and sprayed with bullets. A board house, so gunshots fly through board house. Shaw and her son were hit. They were rushed to the hospital by a taxi operator from the area. Now, while this taxi operator jumped up and said, yeah, me will carry them, and started trying to take them to the hospital, or did took them to the hospital, guess what happened there? They burnt his house down flat because he took them to the hospital. His home was destroyed. Now, I can ask 20 million questions, but one of them would definitely be, no one has that much time to pull up, pepper a house with gunshots, and then wait for taxi to be called, body to be taken out of house, put into taxi, taxi to be driven off, and then set the house on fire. This is obviously somebody that is around that area. Also, I don't think they came for the girl. And I naturally don't think they came for the baby because the baby is 4 years old. I think they came for her common law man. Ladies, you have to be careful who you call your lover. A lot of you women love bad man, because I've heard them say it before. Gunman in she hole, she like that. Yes, and them like gunman, and they're not talking about the gunman as in legal gunman, soldier gunman, police gunman, legal firearm carrying businessman who so happens to have a gun. They are talking about gunman in all the sense of the word gunman. A man that carries a gun illegally and probably plies the trade of a gunman, does things out in the streets as a gunman. Some women are actually turned on by this type of stuff. But it's always fun and games until they come to the house for him. And you are the one that end up taking the bullets. Not just you, but you and your child. So y'all have a lot to think about when you start picking who it is you're going to breed for, have picnic with, shack up with, and common law up with. Just remember that your life might be in danger because of that as well. I will continue to follow the story and we will see where it goes. And if anybody who knows anything about this, give me a shout and let me know the basics. All right? Something in a something, and this don't look right. Kind of sad how we have become so cold and callous. The last story I did was of an 82-year-old woman who was raped and murdered, throat slashed and all that. And here I am doing another story. If it couldn't be sad enough that a woman was killed inside her house, a child was also killed. A baby, an innocent baby who didn't do anything to anybody, could not have possibly done anything to anyone because of the child's age. It's not like it's a young teenager where we're saying, well, you know, so teenagers nowadays, some of them into some things, you know, and you can't put nothing past them. That's not the case. This is a baby. Sad. I'll catch you on the next video, man. I'm out. Peace.